Welcome to the Old Stream Farm for a guide too, with me, Mr. Sealy B. A quick look at tyre choices and how that will be affected by crop destruction. I've been looking at different vehicles since the mod came out on my farms that I'm using, and it's been interesting to see the differences that the tyre choices have now on that particular issue. So I've got a whole load of different tractors lined up, all different makes and models with different tyre choices on, just to give a quick idea of what we're looking at for crop destruction with each tyre choice. So we're going to start off with the Steyr Multi. This one's just got standard tyres on it. You'll notice as I drive forward on the grass, you get a couple of lines on the grass. That takes it back, I think, a couple of growth stages, or back to the basic growth stage. If I back right up now into the field, you'll see across the crop, pretty interesting effect that has on the crops. So that's your standard tyres. On the JCB 32, I can't remember what it was now, I think it's just standard 3200. These are wide tyres, okay, so another next sort of step up, wide tyres. Good for traction, etc. Makes the tractors look cool. Again, a couple of tyre marks, probably about the same as the standard ones, maybe a little bit more destruction. These ones you've got a gap in the middle with the standard tyres. If you can see very quickly, we've got a gap here that hasn't been damaged. If it comes to the wide tyres, it's pretty much across the entire width of the tractor now we're getting crop destruction. If I back into the crop, just leaving a little bit behind, not much different on the crop itself to the standard tyres. So that's standard and wide. Then we come on to doubles or twin tyres, okay? As you can imagine, twin tyres are twin standards, so we're going to be expecting twice the damage. So we come across the grass, yeah, I mean, you can see the darker patches. You've got a little gap in the middle, but the width of the actual destruction is much wider on each of those tracks. If I go back across the crop, much wider destruction pattern. You can see that quite evident. And on the grass ahead. So that's your twin standards, it's twin wheels. Then we come on to the brute, running triples. So triple tyres, as you can imagine, we're going to be looking at triple the damage, you would imagine. So again, we've got a bit of a gap down the middle, underneath the middle of the tractor, but the actual width of the damage, again, a little bit wider than the twins. Once we come across the crop itself, this is where we're going to see the devastation. Whoa, I mean that's, yeah, catastrophic. At no point would you ever be considering driving across crops with something like this. This is for your, ploughing, cultivating, big, wide, heavy ploughs, cultivators, all those kind of things, to get good traction, spread the weight of the vehicle, all that kind of thing. There shouldn't ever be a reason you would go over crops with any of these. Then you come onto tracks. Well, tracks are normally the rubberized versions these days, and they're designed, most tracked vehicles, especially farming vehicles, you can get them in different widths as well. Again, designed to spread the weight and load of the tractor, less compaction on the ground, that kind of thing. But you are still going to get crop destruction even with tracks, okay? So with your tracked vehicles, you're still going to get it. Now with the tracked one, there's nothing in between. It's a bit like running the wides. You're not getting a gap in the middle that's missing. You probably will do on the crop behind, So we'll have a quick look on the crop behind. No. See, with the tracks, that's all out devastation. There's no... I'll just turn that off. At least with some of these, you're getting this strip in the middle underneath the tractor. With this one, you're not getting that at all. It's just the entire width of the tractor, you're losing all of that. Quite a serious bit of destruction. You can see the grass strip ahead. Serious old business. So then we move on to our options, and these are the options for when you're going to be doing crop work. You've got your narrow tyres. They don't make the tractors look particularly pretty. They don't make them look nice. Very untractor-like. But they serve a purpose. Row crop tyres, wheels, are designed to go between the rows of the crops and not cause any damage. So, going up and down the grass, nothing. Not causing any damage whatsoever. If we go onto the crop, lovely. Happy days. This whole guide look at could have fallen apart right at that moment. Which brings me on to the last one, and this is the interesting one, and one that you need to be careful of. As you move up through the tractor ranges, from your smaller tractors, which obviously the Massey Ferguson is, and the stayer down the bottom, through your mid-range tractors up to your large end tractors, the larger tractors don't give you the option for narrow tyres, narrow wheels. You can have twins, you can have doubles, you can have wide. A lot of them won't give you the option for narrow tyres. When we come to the Case Magnum, it's a big tractor. If you get the big horsepower version, it's 435 horsepower, so it's up the sort of higher end of the tractors. Now before I drive off, have a quick look in here on the tractors. So as we move across through the tractors, if we look at, for example, the Fendt 900, standard, twin, wide, wheel weights. So you think to yourself, okay, well, twin wheels, we've already looked at twin wheels, that causes a lot of damage. So if we come up to the Case, and there aren't many in the larger tractors that do this, got a crawler track as an option. We know tracks are going to cause damage. It says narrow twins. Well, we've looked at twins, and twins they're bad. They're going to make a mess. But the fact it says narrow means it shouldn't cause any crop destruction, because the narrow tyres are row crop tyres. They should be fine. So you have to be careful. Don't flick through, pick a tractor and say, oh, I'll stick twins on that. That'll be fine. The twin wheels will cause crop damage. If it says narrow, or whether it's just narrow wheels or narrow twin wheels, you should be fine. So if we drive forward now, bearing in mind this is a big tractor, big horsepower, and you look at the width of those and think, well, yeah, but that's still, they're wide, but it says on they're narrow. So as long as it says narrow, no crop destruction. We will double check just by going across the crop. No crop destruction. So it does mean that there's at least one large tractor that's capable of pulling big machinery over crops which isn't going to cause any damage or crop destruction. So there we go. That just about sums it up. That's your tyre choices. Those are your options. This is the damage and devastation that it causes, or can cause, to your crops, or in the case of the two on the end, not cause to your crops. So if you're looking to do crop work and you've got your crop destruction on, you want narrow tyres. Narrows or narrow twins. Any of the others, stay well clear of, or turn your crop destruction off. That would be my advice. I hope this has been helpful. Just a quick run through what's available and what kind of damage it does. If you like the episode, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share the video, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.